Lawyers of Reddit, what was your best, most badass, I rest my case moment? I've had a couple such enjoyable moments, though they have all been no further questions moments, as I rest my case is not something I get to say in family court. I apologize in advance for what is likely to be a pretty lengthy post. In the first ever domestic violence restraining order, DVRO case I had as a new attorney, I represented a woman who has broken up with her ex-boyfriend after he has hit her. She filed for a DVRO when he continued to harass her and show up uninvited to her place. The process for getting a DVRO, at least in my state, is the victim files documents describing the alleged abuse, and a judge decides to grant a temporary restraining order, with a hearing scheduled within a couple weeks, where each side can present their case. Even after my client got the temporary restraining order, her ex continued to try to contact her, including randomly showing up where always she took her dog for a walk at 5 a.m. the morning of the hearing, even though this was 25 miles away from where he lived. At the hearing, even before either party got to testify, the judge reiterated that any violation of the temporary restraining order, including attempted contact with the victim, was grounds for a permanent DVRO being issued. The judge ended up ordering a brief recess before we were to introduce evidence testimony. During the recess, my client went to the bathroom, and the ex decided it would be a good idea to follow her into the bathroom to talk her out of pursuing the DVRO. He had not noticed that the bailiff was also using said bathroom, and the bailiff immediately ordered him out of the women's bathroom and threatened to arrest him. When we got back into the courtroom, X took the witness stand to testify. I asked him if he had just attempted to enter the women's restroom to make contact with my client. When he answered affirmatively, I smugly stated that I had no further questions. The judge tore him a new one, and the DVRO was immediately ordered. On one other DVRO case I handled, I was defending a husband who was accused of completely unsubstantiated and clearly fabricated abuse by his train wreck of a wife. My first question for the wife when she took the witness stand was, "Isn't it true you made these allegations and are requesting this DVRO solely for purposes of gaining an advantage in custody and support proceeding?" I obviously assumed she was going to deny it and was really just planning to try to get her angry on the stand so she'd slip up and give inconsistent or conflicting testimony. When she answered yes, the judge looked as surprised as I was. I immediately stated that I had no further questions, despite the fact that I had prepared at least 40, 50 questions for her, and sat down. The judge tossed the case moments later,